as well. So I have 200 puts, 199, 198. But right now, price is just not in the best area. It's playing off pre-markets distribution. Well, we fall from there, will be great. But right now, there's no direction on the books. There's a couple sell orders on the books at the moment with 2 minutes and 45 seconds until cash open. But where we are in price is a little iffy. I appreciate the sound check. All right. So there, yeah, at currently we're seeing some buy orders pop in now as we're dipping down further into the 198s. So I do have 198 puts still in my active trader. So we have not looked like we possibly could be taking liquidity from the bottom on 198.18 is the extreme low of last week, which we could fall pretty fast from there because there's pretty much no volume in that area. There's a interesting price movement. Not really getting the warm and fuzzies at the moment. Of course, that could change at cash open, but we are seeing some massive amount of selling now, or at least on the books, with some buy stops. So 198 still make, and now I'm seeing iceberg buy. So we very well may see buying pop in first, which would be great if we can get back up to the 199s. There is where the actual distribution lies from the weekly profile as well as last session profile. And that's kind of where price is moving at the moment. So we're 30 seconds until cash open. There is a massive amount of selling on the books now. So I would love us to pop first, but let's see. So we're still selling down. Okay. Still a massive amount of selling on the books for 5 seconds. All right, the market is opening now. A good prep up. 198s. Okay, so they're rejecting the 198s right off pre-market. Well, that's a good sign. With no volume up there. Okay, I like the pop. Okay. So okay, so we see some iceberg sells. All right, I'm entering here 198 puts, 66 per contract. There's a massive amount of selling. There we go. There we go. There them sellers go. How do we start the Monday? There we go. That's a good way to start the trading week. And they're coming down. That should be 10 right there. Come on, update TOS. Ooh, look at those sellers. All right, just got my first TP, 76. Ooh, look at those sellers. They're hitting extreme, so they're taking liquidity now. And that may be it if TOS updates. We should get the, okay, there we go. 86 would be done and done. I'm gonna move my oh, well, I moved my stop already to lock in profit. Yeah, I think that's it. So I moved my stop to 76, and that's it for me. I just got $10. That's it. And then the buyers come in now. 66 to 76. I almost had to 86, but and let's see. The sellers are still there. Ooh, look at that. Um, iceberg just popped in on the sell side. Massive amount of selling in the books. See if it has some follow through. So pre-market profile. Okay, the other sellers are coming back down now. Okay. And look, there'll probably be a second opportunity there, but $10 is I'm gonna take that and run with it. Yep. I'm gonna take that 10. That's all they're gonna give us. There's still a massive amount of selling on the books though. And I am recording, so you will see it right here on the left-hand side. And there's a buy stops there. Would have loved to get that $20 though. Okay, that's a ooh, look at that wall. Wall of selling. Price is popping right into that wall. They pulled a little bit of those orders out of the way. Oh, now they pulled them all. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Now they look like they're fading back down. Okay, we got some. Okay, y'all caught it too. Great. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yep, because look like they could be done with selling, but there's two now, massive iceberg orders that just popped in back to back. Let's see, and its price popping into the 199. There's no volume, so it looks like no fall through at the moment. But I'm glad you all caught that quick one. Would have been nice to get the $20 though. Would have been nice. I wonder how else. Okay, so they're popping into the distribution of yesterday. I'm sorry, last session. I'm curious to see. I'm gonna move you all so I can see how you all did, but I'm curious to see if it continues higher. Bring back book map. So there's a massive wall, and you all will see this once I post it, but wow, there's a massive wall of selling. All right, this is the second 5 minutes. So it's starting to try to sell from the distribution of last session, the bottom distribution at 199 right now is the price. All right, I'm gonna move y'all over because curious to see the sellers finally pop in now because that wall is insane. Um, keep posting because I'm seeing some good results there, and I move over in a hot second. I'm just wondering what happens here. Are they gonna actually drop it down? They're trying. Looks like we're keeping this ball rolling of consistency. Yep, I'm seeing a lot of you all got that nice, 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 nice. I'll move over in a hot second. I just want to see when the buyers give up because well, maybe they won't because that wall of selling just went away. Unless it pops back in. Nope, then it just popped right back in. Right now, there's just no follow through of that. But let me go ahead and move y'all over right now so I can see everybody. And there. All right. Let's see. Uh, Sound check. You got it right at the open, 69 to 77. No, 60, I'm sorry, 68. So two off for me. Not bad. Good price. 77. You got your, almost got your 10. Let's see, 69 to 80. Fire. So let me fire you guys up. Fire. Fire. Didn't hear the voice. 68 to 85. Fire, fire. Today you did a market order, 70 to 80. Fire. So I guess you normally do limit 71 to 84. Fire. 66 to 78. 69 to 84. Yeah, it really came close to that that $20 mark for me. I was looking at the 86 and I didn't get it. And maybe I should have took it when it tried to take liquidity from the bottom. That should have been all if I was thinking straight, but that's all right. $10 cash is cash. Six contracts, 68 out at 75, and then the rest at 80 fire. All right, so price is getting stuck at that lower distribution. I wonder if it's finally gonna drop it. Let's see, 68 to 78, rainy day. Slept in today. I only got 10 contracts, but made 100. That's fire. While in bed. Nice. 68, 70 out at 76, and then 85. Wow. Awesome, everybody. Awesome. $100. Nice. Okay. You loaded calls instead of puts. Ooh, I've done that many times before. I do like a double and triple check now because I've done that a few times myself. That's a terrible way to lose money. 71 to 86, fire. Boom, yes. 69, 79, 29 contracts, 69 to 58, one contracts. Your runner didn't stop. Oh, that sucks. Gave back some of that profit. 68 to 76. Yes. You're very welcome. There the sellers go. I wonder if that wall where I'm not looking at. Yep, there was a massive wall and a iceberg too. Okay, so it looks like they're trying to come back through. The sellers are. 69 to 77, fire everyone. 69 to 79, fire. So prices today, you guys are getting in around right around my entry or just a few dollars more. So that's awesome on a Monday. 69 to 85. Yeah, cash 68 to 77, a bad trader. Awesome. Amber M 69 to 74 to 79. Nice. Uh yeah, I've done that too. Yep, yep. Yeah. It's horrible way to lose money using the wrong contracts. 68 to 75 to 83 fire. Robinhood delay. I don't think Robinhood is the best broker for this because if I'm not mistaken, Robinhood is a commission-free platform, right? So anything free, you can't expect executions to be on point. You know, any brokerage that has to pay for the data, expect for accurate fills, unless you're doing paper, then paper is a different story. So I would think about, I can't give you financial advice, but if you're trying to scalp, Robinhood is definitely not the broker for that. They're good for long term, but not for scalping. All right. So the sellers are definitely coming into play. That is fire. And if they make a new low, or at least break the close or the open, I'm sorry, of 198.57, would turn a green day into a red day. All right, let me get back to you all. How do I see the mass wall selling? It's in Bookmap. So I use the desktop version. I pay for, and it's like I said, it's not cheap. But once you review this video, you'll see it on the left-hand side of my screen. If you are a TOS, if you use TOS or Charles Schwab, they do have Bookmap integrated, but they lack a lot of the features like iceberg, stops, um, stuff like that. But if you get the actual desktop version of it, it will allow you to look at the actual stops in real time, icebergs in real time, get a visual graph of the DOM, basically, depth of market. It's easier to read. So that's where I get it from. Let's see, 69 to 86 fire. Robinhood tried to screw me too, just rejected the order. So I put it in again and got 77, 86 fire. Okay. I've heard a lot of good things with Robinhood when it comes to actually investing long term versus short plays. So $100 plain IWM. Did my alert hit something? What was that? Oh, yep, yep, yep. Just seeing if it goes to break even. Okay. So buyers are, let's see what the wall look like now. So right now there is no selling on the books whatsoever. Look like that's all taking money and done. I would ditch. Yeah, 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 yeah. I've heard, like I said, I've heard some great things and I've heard some bad things about um Robinhood. So if you are a long-term investor, then it works fine. Okay, cool. In simulator, must have done something wrong. What did you do wrong in simulator, and what profile are you using? We may be able to help you out with that. Because 74, yeah, I mean, simulator just don't expect to have accurate fills. But I don't believe price even went to 54 before we got out of it. Because I don't think I was in a drawdown at all. Interest 66, I think I was pretty much cash from open. So yeah, I'm curious what happened in the simulator. I wouldn't put too much stock in it though, but because you are in simulator, it's real hard to do Robinhood because they don't allow market orders at open. Okay. I didn't even know that. 69. Okay. Texas Yeti, ran your $8 profit, 12 contracts, 69 out at 77. Okay. Fire. Money is money. That's true. Investing trading for sure. It, I mean, taking or paying for commissions it's not a bad thing, especially when you are making money. I mean, compared to what you're making versus your commissions and and honestly your pay scale, it take very little out of your pay. I can tell you, I play between 100 to 200 contracts on average, and it's very little compared to what I actually make. So, and and you will get more accurate fills. So, I have Bookmap through TOS. TOS doesn't have the iceberg and the stops. They have the visual of basically depth of market where you can see the wall, basically the intensity of buy orders and sell orders is when I'm saying the wall is the intensity of those orders. You can see them color coded. Obviously, the brighter or the red is the most intense of the order, and then all the way down to blue is the likelihood of those orders getting pulled. TOS has that part of it, the visual on the graph, but stops and icebergs, they don't offer that. You have to get the actual um, application, desktop application. And you'll see it in this video, what it looks like once I post it later. Simulator. This is it looks like TOS. 198.74. Yeah, that's weird because we didn't price didn't get to 54 at all. I mean, it's there now, obviously, because price went up, but when we entered, it didn't even, I wasn't in drawdown at all. So I'm not sure how it got to 54. Again, you are doing simulator, so keep that in mind. TOS loaded calls instead of puts. Oh, okay. And did you have your calls or puts or your put in the watch list? I tell you the way I do it to make it easier. I just put everything in my watch list and I just click from there. All right, so the sellers are back there and they're coming with some intensities too. So yeah, and they definitely hit that lower distribution from yesterday and now dropping it. So two opportunities, the one from pre-market that we caught and the distribution from yesterday, sorry, last session is now playing down as well. So there was definitely some inventory up there. Yeah, you remember how to flatten that shit constellation. Yeah, getting out of that position as quickly as possible. Are we nine in a row? I haven't lost since we lost two a week, what was it, a week ago? Not last week, the week before last. We lost two that Tuesday, and which is a long time since I lost two in a day. So yeah, we've been on fire ever since then. Is that 9 days? I haven't counted. I'm just gonna knock on some wood real quick. But we're definitely on a consistent streak. And y'all know me, consistency is the only stat that I care about. We're gonna take losses. That's just part of the game. You can't run away from it. But if we win more than we lose, that's the only thing that makes me happy. All right. But if it's nine in a row, fire that up for sure. How wide do I keep my bookmap intervals? It's 30 seconds. It doesn't matter though with bookmap, but I just moved it over so you'll see once you watch the video. It's 30 seconds, but it really doesn't matter. The information is the same. It depends on how fast you want it to move or how slow. But price is price, orders is orders, and the intensity is the intensity. It doesn't change. It's just like to me with rotations. 5 minute, 10 minute, an hour, 4 hour, price is still price regardless. So it's the same thing with bookmap. For yeah, the wall you can't change it. A bad trader is just what the is market generated information. So it depends on participation. But as far as like how wide I make price on there, I've never touched it, so I don't know. So okay, so it's so I'm looking at it through futures, and it's basically $1. So that's how wide I keep price. I've never adjusted it, so hopefully that is what you're asking me. But regardless of how wide or short I keep it, it's still going to be the same information, I believe. I just never adjusted it. Going to test it out, TOS. TOS is great in TOS, but like I said, you're not going to get the full story through TOS. If you want the intensity of it, yes, that TOS will give you that. But if you want to see stops in real time, if you want to see icebergs, you want to see how the bigger players piece their orders in, unfortunately, TOS is not going to give you that information. You said the 5 minutes. Yeah, I mean that's fine. 5 minutes instead of 30 seconds. 30 seconds just move. It says 30 seconds, but it's not actually moving 30 seconds. It's moving much slower than that. So it's whatever works for you. But the sellers are definitely there. They're struggling, but they're definitely coming down. And they just turned, well, about to turn this day into a red session, and they have just now. So we'll have red on the session so far and red on the day. So red from last session and red in this session. All right. If there is nothing else, everyone, I'm gonna go get out of here. Pass this laptop over to my daughter, let her do her magic. So you guys will see this video hopefully later this evening. If there's not any other questions or any questions, I can stay on for a hot minute and answer. If not, then I will see you all Tuesday morning. Yeah, you are very welcome, everyone. Great way to start a trading week. We have definitely been on a roll. I'm gonna knock on all the wood I can find. They tried to trick us last week a few times with the orders, but market generated information does not lie. Will smaller time frames show the wall? I don't think it matters in bookmap. 'Cause I have it set to 30 seconds, but it moves a lot slower than 30 seconds. And then the price axle, I have it $1. But again, I'm looking at the futures. I'm looking at RTY because they took my access away from IWM and it moves the same. So um, but yeah, it doesn't matter. I will play around with it if you do. Again, I remember it is pricey and you got to pay for this information. They will not give it to you for free, like order flow. Order flow is paid information. So, but it's great information to have. Yeah, with IWM and you're looking at in TOS, I'm guessing. I haven't used it in TOS in some time, so I can't remember in TOS. But I would stretch it out at least 50 cent maybe to $1 so you can get the full picture. And also if you have it set to show the bigger orders, right? Because if you don't change it, and if you look at, and I'm gonna show it in this video at the end, so you'll see it. But at the top here, the interface is the same in TOS as well as the app. But right here at the top, you can show where you want to see all the orders, which looks crazy. You'll see it in a minute later when I post it, or just to show the bigger orders or the bigger players, right? So if I go all the way to the right, it's showing you everything. Small orders, onesie, twosies, whatever. But then if you filter out the noise, you can see the bigger players and the intensity. And then the stops and the icebergs on the sell side, which is the top, buy side is the bottom. Looking at last week's profile of distribution. So let me go back to it. So last week's profile, which pretty much was a confluence of Friday's profile. So there is a distribution with a lot of participation at the top of last week. What I got 201.32 down to 229 cents. That was the first one that had the most participation, which is the same as last profile, Friday's profile, is the confluence there. So that right there is major. So if once price goes back to there, which it could happen today, it could happen tomorrow, then I would expect price to fall. But it all depends on where we open. But that is a major area of participation. And then under that, where price ended up going and then falling from, there was the second distribution, which is confluence of the week, um, 199.78 to 199.17 roughly. And that's the one that we actually eventually played off. So I caught the opportunity from pre-market, which we all did. And then there was a second opportunity that actually played from Friday's profile. So hopefully that answers the question. And then I have it all on the video too, so hopefully that'll help with a visual. Okay. So yeah, let me know if that answers your question, Texas Yeti. You're seeing like four areas that could potentially be zones without even looking. Well, you got to look at the volume profile to see if that is participation or not. So if I go back to it, and you're looking at the weekly, one, two, yeah, I see what you're saying. There are definitely four. One here, one that we actually played off today, and then down in the 195s, and again at the 194. So yeah, yep, you're definitely right. There are four for the entire week. Just price is not at the bottom of those other two. So if we get down there tomorrow, we'll see how that becomes inventory or not. So yeah, 100%. Okay. For the book map, yeah, it's pricey. Because you're not only paying for the feed, then you have to pay for the actual data, which is not the feed. Sounds crazy, but it's not the feed. So I would say I pay about 190 a month for it, which is the grand scheme of things. I mean, it's it's a small chunk. But yeah, like I said, it's pricey. Data is king, and you got to pay for that data. But yeah, if you're looking for order flow, I'm sorry, not order flow. Looking for the bigger players and how they move, as far as icebergs and stops, then yes, they're gonna make you pay for that info. And just knowing that I pay almost $200 to tell you that it's worth the data is important. It's just you got to pay to play. TOS book might have a volume bar, middle bar 75%. I don't know a percentage. I just moved the bar. I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know if it's a percentage though. I just move it all the way to the left. And normally the bar, like I said, the interface is the same on both, but the bar is right under settings and help. And I just move it all the way because all I want to know is the bigger players. I don't really care about the onesie twosies. So I'm guessing that's what you're saying, right? The percentages. There's different, yeah, there are different levels for sure. Once I get off here, I will look at my account and I'll message you with what I have exactly. If you, like I said, it's definitely pricey, but I can tell you exactly what I have. All right. If there is nothing else, have a great rest of your Monday, everyone. Great way to start a trading week, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. All right. Yep, no problem. Send a screenshot of my setup. There's no setup though. Unless you're trying to get, and they may tell you something different, but I have the futures. I'm sorry, futures of IWM, if that's what you mean. But there's no setup other than unless you're thinking about the actual um iceberg. I don't know if there's a setup. It's just basically adding them. So you go to I think it's connections. Study configuration, I believe it is. Nope, it's not it. Oh, actually, it is. So study configurations, and you just make sure that you add. Looks like heat map is already there, and that's the only thing I use. There's no configurations though, unless they're add-ons. I think they're add-ons. Oh, and that's another thing. Then you have to pay for the add-on. So not only do you have the data, you have to pay for what you want to watch, what market you're participating in. Then you have to pay for the add-ons. So that's why it's pricey. So the stops, icebergs are actually add-ons that you have to pay extra for too. And if you don't pay for it, it's not going to show. And you got things like absorption indicator, which is my opinion is trash, but liquidity is also trash. You have to play around with it. But they're add-ons basically. They're stop add-ons. I have them on chart and subchart. And those are the only things, the only add-ons that I pay for on top of the data. But I can tell you, I can give you a screenshot of it. I just use the default settings. I don't change anything. But give me some time and I'll give you the information on the actual data that I pay for, and I'll see if I can give you some screenshots too. All right. Mhm. Yep, yep. Yeah, give me time, I'll get it to you. May not be till later, but I'll get it to you. All right, everyone. Gonna so Parish P, I'm gonna put more effort into learning this method. Yeah, it's just like, and I may have said it before, but it's just like any other store you ever purchase from, big box store, small store, and everything inside that store is what you can trade. Or anything you can buy is what's tradable. So it's just that mind frame. So being able to understand that and then take it to another level and being able to understand the information, how to read the receipts, yeah, it's definitely awesome. But I've done a few YouTube videos going a little bit deeper into how I approach. So I would, if you have time, definitely check those out. I put them in the useful videos as well. So if you get some time, check those out. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. See y'all tomorrow. Let's keep this ball rolling. Bye.